Alicia Kelly, suit number 14348, and I play Lucy.
Georgina Smith, my student number is 1429796, and I play Ricky.
Madison Friend, my student number is 1450564, and I play Matty.
Olivia Burtwhistle, my student number is 1436008, and I'm playing Anna.
Annie Cunningham, my student number is 1436936, and I play John and Sarah.
Oliver Morgan, my student number is 1451339, and I play Bobby. And there's the kettle.
That's it.
Well, yeah, that's the kettle. I mean, it does look a bit shit, but it does its job, so.
No, I mean, is that it?
Oh, yeah, sorry. I'm gonna take that. Yeah, that's the end of the introduction, yeah.
Alright, anything else? I mean, apart from the fire exits and the kettle?
I've done the PowerPoint, haven't I?
Yeah, I've done the PowerPoint. Any tips? I mean, I assume you took me on this induction because you're experienced.
I don't know what's better than that.
Well, you've been here a long time.
Yeah, bit, yeah.
Longer than me.
Yeah.
So any advice? Any personal advice?
Make full use of the fist bump.
The fist bump?
Yeah. Spud me. Yeah, I can't really put off saying spud me, but yeah.
I'm not being rude, but are you taking a piss?
What?
Are you taking a piss? It's okay if you are.
No. Why?
It's because I asked for advice and all you've given me is the use of a fist bump.
Yeah.
Well, how is that advice? How is that useful?
Well, firstly, for starters, you look cool. Secondly, it's safe. It means no one can grab all your hands or your fingers. And thirdly, the fist bump guarantees that the only fecal matter on the palm of your hand is your own. And that's not even a thing that service users. Some of the clinicians around here are suspiciously fast off the throw.
The fist bump. How long are we working here?
8 years.
Right.
Yeah. I'm Bobby Barlow.
Anna.
Fist bump.
The fist bump.
King me then. King me then. I got to the end of the fucking board, mate. King me. King me! What was the hold up? Eh? What was the delay? It's your move, you know. I said it's your move, you know. I said it's your move, you know.
Anna.
Make your move then, Jesus Christ, my fucking. Oi! I said make your move then!
I can't.
Why not?
I'm not ready.
Oh, what do you mean you're not ready? Look, we've got two of these things, man. This one can go here or here, and this one can go here or here. It's not exactly brain surgery. Look, make the move, or I'm going to turn this fucking board fucking upside down. and it can make one of two moves. Either move it makes, I'm gonna eat the fucker up. So hurry up and make it.
Do you know how to play chess?
With the horses?
Yeah.
Oh, Jesus Christ! Oh my God, I shouldn't have chosen as long as it fucking did. Yes! Do you want another one?
Nice day.
Is it?
Yeah, beautiful.
Beautiful.
Sun's out, but not too strong.
Sun's out, but not too strong.
I love it.
Why?
Red leaves, nice light.
Dead leaves.
What?
Dead leaves.
Well, yeah,
Not nice leaves, dead leaves.
but, well,
Is my mum coming?
I don't know, my love.
Is my dad coming?
I don't know. How long have you been here, Lucy?
Too long now.
Came here how long?
This time? About a year.
Do you like it here?
I'd like to get my own place.
Yeah, really?
Yeah, it'd be amazing.
What would you do
I'd
then?
get a cat.
You get a cat?
Yeah.
What would you call it?
Jack. Or Fido.
Is it Fido a dog's name?
Colin. Fido. Maybe call her fish, call Fido. You could call her Kid Fido if you really want to.
I guess. How would you get there?
Underground. Underground. All the way to my door. Underground.
Underground.
Yeah. All the way there.
Come on, man. Good move. No, it was nice. Nice. Who's ready to play?
Don't know. Can't remember.
My granddad taught me. I played with my granddad. He was good, but he cheated. He taught me how to play. You can't do that. No, you can't do that. No, you can't do that.
I think it's alright. I think it's alright to do that.
No, you can't do that. Anna,
Yeah? What's up?
you can't do this.
Yeah, I think you can. Because I know I did like that. Nice move, John. Okay?
Yeah. Thanks, Anna. She'll move. She'll move. She'll move. She'll move. Why'd you do that? Why'd you do that? Give me the fucking eagles for.
I'm not.
Give me the fucking eagles for.
I'm not.
You are? How can you say that you're not? Who do you think knows, me or you? Who do you think knows? You give me the evils. If you weren't, how would I know? You were giving me the evils. I felt it. I felt
I
it.
didn't mean to.
What do you mean you didn't mean to? What kind of fucking stupidness is that? Look, my belly then, you must have meant it. Look, how can you not know what your face is doing? How can you not know? How can you not answer me that? How can you not know, stupid prick?
Smile, John. Smile. You always tell him to smile. He never does. You never do smile. See?
My uncle got them to come round. He said he was going to get milk and the police came round. Why are you here? Who sent you here?
No one sent me here.
Police brought you here?
No,
The hospital brought you here?
no.
Who brought you here then?
No one brought me here, I brought myself here.
You brought yourself here?
Yes, I wasn't feeling good, so I brought myself here.
You're trying to get in. I'm trying to get out. We just swap clothes. Do you know any histories?
No.
John. John, smile.
I don't want to.
Smile anyway. Go on. Oh, you've got a nice smile. Did you hear me? You've got a nice smile.
Thank you. Matty, do you want to play something? Do you want to play something, Matty?
I'll play. Which play? You're so quiet. Like you don't even move.
Lucy,
What?
maybe John doesn't want to talk to us just now.
Okay. Why are you so quiet?
I like to be quiet.
Why?
Can't get anything wrong.
And how are you finding the new medication that Dr. Wolsey has prescribed?
I don't like it.
It's slowing me down, it makes it hard to focus on things.
Have you been taking any medication for side effects?
No. Because the medication for side effects has side effects.
Yes, it can do, yes.
Sometimes I feel like I'm a different person than I should be. Like there's another me out there. You're alright in that. But that gangster the other day, I felt like that. I felt like when he was looking at me, he was already looking at me. Like, he was looking through me. Like, he couldn't see me properly. I feel like if I didn't have to take this medication, I'd get better. I get better quick. It's a part of your illness. A symptom of your illness is you feel you shouldn't be taking your medication. But what if I shouldn't be taking my medication? I've seen you without your medication. You don't look after yourself, you neglect yourself, and sometimes you harm yourself. I don't want to see that. No one here does. I think when I haven't had to take my medication, I felt better. That's a part of your illness. It's not the objective truth. I have to take away from that, won't I?
Yes.
taken medication. These sessions aren't about me. But have you? These sessions aren't about me, Ricky, they're about you. But have you? It's irrelevant. But what if I thought it was relevant? I'd be wrong. What so? Everyone has problems, issues, and things they struggle with. Some of these problems will require medication. There's nothing wrong with that at all. I think the important thing to remember is that lots of people take medication, and I think the key for you is to try not to take it too personally. It's hard not to though. When a doctor pulls down your pants, slipping a needle in your arse, it feels pretty personal. I understand that, but it's important to remember that it's not. The doctor or nurse just doing their job, and their job revolves around making you well and safe. When things happen, you don't take them personally. Can't pretend that I don't. I do, yes, but I try to focus on the positive. Really? Yes, I try to force myself to think how I can affect a positive change. Sounds difficult. It is. Anyway, let's stop wasting time focusing on me. It's not what we're here for. Let's return to you.
You alright? Everything okay?
I don't know.
What do you mean you don't know?
I mean, I don't know if it was all under their sheets.
That's fine.
But how am I supposed to check if they're breathing if they're under their sheets?
You just assume that they're breathing. Look, it gets complicated with my family about going into the rooms and checking for the pulse every hour. You look through the hats and they're in the beds. You can't do much more.
Well, I could.
Would it be practical? Would it be beneficial even? Exactly.
Why are all completely under their sheets?
Find it from the morning sun. It's not curtains.
Why?
Look at your wrist. They might hang themselves.
Yeah, I got it the first time.
Constipated.
What?
So I'm constipated.
Really?
Yeah.
Too much information.
Really feel backed up.
Have some fruit.
A fig roll's fruit.
What?
A fig roll's fruit.
What do you think?
Well, yeah.
No, they're not a fruit, they're a biscuit.
They're not a biscuit. Biscuits go soft when they go off, and fig rolls go hard. For any to be a biscuit, it has to go soft when it goes off. There's a legal thing about it. Jaffa cakes are being taxed as biscuits. And they were like, we don't want no biscuit tax. For the cake, you fuckers. And the tax people were like, fuck off, you're a biscuit. I've seen you in biscuit aisles. And then they were like, no. So they were like, okay, then we'll see you in court, you fuckers. And they did. And the lawyer actually proved that cakes go hard when they go off and biscuits go soft. The fact that Jaffa cakes go hard when they go stale must make them an actual cake. And they won. Hey John, he didn't want to see him being sick. Must have been like, but I've seen him in fucking biscuit aisles. No fucker wants to be taxed, do you?
No. How long have you been working here?
8 years, I told you.
It shows.
Why? Because my expertise and know-how.
No, because you just monologued for about 5 minutes how a fig roll isn't a fucking biscuit.
Fair dues. It's nice to educate yourself though, isn't it? And a tiny part of you thought it was funny.
Thank you. Can you squidge up that way so Annie can be seen? Thank you. Start at this end with a question. Can you briefly give me an example of how you've applied some of our acting techniques to your process for this show?
Process for the show. Can you explain the question again, please?
So I just want a brief example of how you've used some of our acting techniques in your process in making the performance for this show.
For scene 13 in particular, it was quite hard. I found it really difficult to try and go into different, to have motivation behind it. I found it really difficult to do that because obviously there's a lot of different changes within it. For example, a lot of different power imbalances and like power swaps. So in order to do that, I decided to focus on what my given circumstances was for that particular scene. So my given circumstance was that I didn't want to take my medication, so I needed to try and convince Sarah that I did not want to take it. But obviously Sarah, I obviously need to take it, but in my mind I didn't need to take it. So in order for me to try and achieve that, I needed to do some research, and I did that by working on a given circumstances. I also focused on my objectives of the scene, and I also focused on my obstacle, which was Sarah.
Lovely, thank you very much. So same question to Madison. So can you give me a brief example of how you've applied our acting techniques to your process?
So I went through the 8 questions of just like, again, the given circumstances of what I was in. So take scene 3, for example. It was that I wanted to win this game, and I was like happy because I was winning, and to be able to like apply the joy that Matty would have felt playing against John. It was hard to heighten my emotions that much, but I managed to be able to do it through given circumstances, through working through the scene, and especially using the stage directions and working with them and finding out how Matty would have felt throughout the scene using them.
Thank you. Same question, obviously. So a brief example of how you've used our acting techniques through this process.
So for Anna, I first started off doing my character biography. So I had a brief overview of what my character was before I did my scenes, and then I developed that after the exercise, because I was going outside into the world and seeing what our characters would be like, and we did an impersonation of our characters, and I got like a vibe from other people in the outside world, how they would react to me. So I took a lot of those energies and kind of looked at my biography again, and then when I did my scene work, I used actioning, and by using a lot of the energies that I got. So in my second scene, I just actioned on how I would talk to Bobby, and also how my actions would change through the other scenes as my character developed through the job, and how it changes into like professionalism at the start, and then when we had the last scene, it's more like a friendship. So yeah.
Thank you. Oliver, so can you give me a brief example of how you've applied our acting techniques in this process?
So when I got the character Bobby, I was straight away went to the character biography to try and get a better understanding of how I could portray Bobby. And from my character biography, I was able to have a brief of what this character was and how he carried himself. And from him being an experienced worker, I took that into perspective when I was doing my scene where I worked on the objective, which was to try and settle the new employee, which was Anna in this case, and make sure that she was reassured on everything, because obviously her character was scared and obviously worried about the stuff that would go on in the job. So from that, when I worked on the objective, I also came up with the obstacle of Anna. So in order to break down that obstacle, I used my action in the scenes as well, and then from there I was able to develop my acting techniques towards.
Lovely, thank you. Alicia, a brief example of how you've applied our acting techniques to your process.
So, in the script, it suggested that Lucy is sexually assaulted. So, I researched into sexual assault, and some people find that
because of the childhood, especially if it's childhood sexual assault, that their childhood has been like stripped away from them. So I took this and made Lucy more childlike, so she felt like she was still living like her childhood, and this helped me when I was actually in the scene with Anna to have more childlike responses. And then also in the other scene, my objective was to cheer up John, and a way that I do that in real life, if it was my brother, it would to be annoying and to try and make him laugh. So I took that emotional memory and used it in the scene.
Thank you very much. And Annie, same question. So a brief example, please, of how you've applied our acting techniques to your process.
Okay, so when I united scene 3 as John, I found that the pace in which John spoke was very slow, which helped me identify my objective as being on medication and therefore being slow and drowsy, which allowed me to explore my relationship more with Matty and be able to perform better within the scene, even though my lines were minimal in that part.
Good. Thank you very much.